G. Bush, they better win early because it's going to be brutal late.
Yeah, they got to get off to a good start. I know it's too early sometimes to call it must wins, but there's a couple of games in there they got to win because if you can't beat the Commanders with a rookie quarterback, you can't beat the Raiders. You got to be able to beat the Giants and Daniel Jones, and you should be able, if you call yourself a playoff team, first game of the year, you should be able to come and win a game with the Cowboys, and I think this is a year where now this is for me. This was always the money year, and what I mean by that is, this is the year in which the Browns have been taken off probation, right? The Browns are now on national television. They are now on with the Cowboys, and it's going to be a marquee matchup of that weekend. Tom Brady will be calling the game. Everybody will be excited. And, you got matchups. You got Jimmy and Jerry with the two billionaires. You got Dak Prescott versus Deshaun Watson. You have the matchup of Denzel Ward, CeeDee Lamb, Myles Garrett, and Micah Parsons. You even have, a guy like David Njoku going back and forth with Micah Parsons, talking about how they disrespecting the city of Cleveland, not putting no respect on the Browns' name. This is a great opportunity. It's going to be a big-time game. And if you can start off and win that football game, right, can you imagine if you get a Deshaun Watson game where he's over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, limits his turnovers, and he makes that statement against the Cowboys at home? Now, everybody in that locker room, including Kevin Stefanski, the ownership, and including the fans, are like, oh, this is what we've been waiting for. And then you got a favorable matchup at Jacksonville. You beat them last year with your backup quarterback. The Giants. Then you got the Commanders as well as the Raiders. You have an opportunity to step out there and you could be undefeated going into one of your first hard games against the Eagles. So for me, these are pivotal games in the beginning of the season, because when you look at the later in the schedule, what you're going to see is that last, I would say, 4 to 6 weeks. Those games are going to be all about positioning in the playoffs. You got the Chiefs, you got some of those other teams, you got the Baltimore Ravens, you got the Bengals in there, you got the Dolphins in there. You're gonna be jousting and trying to fight for home field advantage and AFC North seeding on those games. So you got to jump out like game busters and get a good feeling going early in the season.